Do you remember Nokia, the phone company? They had the best systems in the world, global distribution, but no innovation. Apple innovated. What about BlackBerry with the most resources in the world? What about Kodak, the camera company, Kodak, with the best staff in the world? What was the problem? Where are they today? They did not innovate. They did not innovate. We need to understand what is the difference between just hustling and being passionate about business, and even to go as far as to build systems that actually work, and even further to reach to the place of innovation. Hustling is good. It gets you started. Systems get everything together so you work less and you get more done. But what really takes you to the next level? What keeps you? What keeps your business here in spite of all that is happening globally? Your ability to innovate. So we are to talk about innovation today, and how on earth do you get the kind of mind these companies had, these CEOs had, that kept their businesses going and thriving through years and years of ups and downs, COVID, left, right, and all of the things that happen around the world. We have to have a mindset that is always ready to innovate. We're going to talk about some tips as to what you can do to make sure that you are always on the cutting edge to ensure that your business continues to thrive. Let's go. But as we get started, let's talk about what on earth is innovation in the first place. Because when we think about innovation, we start thinking about inventing something that didn't exist and it's for some big company. No, innovation is literally you being able to ask yourself, how can I improve the services that I currently offer? How can we do this faster? How can we deliver to our customers quicker? How can we wow our customers? How can we make our systems faster, cheaper, but better? That is the heart of innovation. And it might not be you buying a brand new building to be able, or a brand new factory to be able to innovate. It might just be a new way you offer your service. You might be a car wash. You might have a car wash business and you're thinking, how can I innovate to ensure that I continue to thrive? It might be you having your staff do the job a little bit different, or maybe you having a subscription service model coming into place, or maybe you're using different kinds of products that others aren't using. I want us to start to think about how can we start to have a mindset of innovation in the midst of all that's happening in your business. Everything has to happen. You have to open your doors. Yes, you have to create your product. Yes, you have to ship your product. Yes, you have to advertise your product. All of that's great. Yes, you have to put automation in place. Yes, you have to get your email list going. All of that it has to happen. But there is something that is on top of that must be in place that would keep you beyond just being a business that starts but continues to thrive in the midst of it all. And it is the mindset of an innovator. We want to be innovators at heart, that regardless of what happens, regardless of what our business faces, we are ready to take things to the next level in our heart, in our mind, in our soul, in our core. We are ready to go. Let's talk about some things that we must have, some mindset traits that the best in the world has, that we need to adopt to ensure that we are always ready to innovate. The first type of mindset that we must have is a curious mind. Question, are you curious about your industry? You are in cosmetology, or you are in finance, or you are in music, or you might be in education, coaching, or you might be in sales, marketing. Are you curious about your industry, or are you into what you're doing just because it produces a dollar? Are you curious? Are you up in the night wondering what is the next thing that is happening within my industry to ensure that I'm able to deliver the best to my customers? Are you even curious about your customers? Are you obsessed with solving their problems? Are you wondering how you can even deliver even better? Are you wondering how you can solve their problems even faster? We need to become curious. You need to have a heart of curiosity to ensure that you're always chasing after solving your clients' problems. That is what we need to have. And if you don't have that, you need to find that deep within and find that curiosity that will keep driving your business forward. Curiosity. Now, beyond curiosity, you also have to be extremely observant. You must have a keen eye for what is happening within your industry. Are you looking at what is happening in terms of culturally, geopolitically? Are you paying attention to which markets are now being opened up to you? If you're in Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean, are you paying attention to the African continent now opening up to trade with the Caribbean? Are you paying attention to the fact that we can no longer, it's not so safe to trade within the South American continent? Are we looking at the tariffs that are happening North American wise? Are you paying attention to how your product is going to be able to move? It is very important that as much as you are busy in your business, that you have a keen eye for observation. Research. Check out YouTube. Make sure that you're looking at the latest that is happening within your space. So at a moment's notice, you are ready to move, you're ready to pivot, to keep your business going, and you're not going to be caught, as they say, with your pants down, or the rug is going to be pulled out from under you. No, you are ready to stand, you are ready to jump, you are ready to leap. Make sure that you are always curious. Make sure you are always observant. Now, the next kind of mindset that you need to have is one that is willing to experiment and try something new. Try a different way in terms of serving your customers. Or maybe if you're into ice cream and like following Sauvette, it's an ice cream shop in Trinidad and Tobago. The young lady, her name is Renee. Literally every week she is trying a brand new way to create ice cream, a different flavor, a different way, a different name, a different taste, a different texture. She's always reinventing herself, innovating, because everybody else is boring. Everybody else knows what ice cream tastes like. But what keeps her customers coming back to every pop-up every single Sunday is innovation. Today is Sunday when I'm actually recording this. And let me tell you something. She has a new flavor ready for her customers. And let me tell you, next week, she's going to have another one again. We have to always be willing to experiment. Experimentation is also risky. It just might not work. People might not like what you have to offer. But guess what? You now know what doesn't work. And now you're closer to knowing what actually works. For me, it's the same thing. We come up with different ways in terms of teaching our music, our students. We went from being in person to doing a hybrid system. We went fully online. We've also experimented with self-paced courses and so much more. You always have to keep testing. Test, innovate. Keep you on your toes and keep your team on their toes when it comes to innovation and experimentation. And lastly, in terms of the mindset to be able to innovate, I don't want you to fall in love with how it used to be. We as human beings, we get very comfortable. We find comfort in doing things the same way over and over and over. I don't want you to fall in love with how things used to go or how you used to make this and so on. I had a conversation with a business owner. He does printing services, and the world is moving so quickly that people would call you and need your service now. And the kind of service in terms of printing he loved to do was screen printing. That is a huge room filled with a lot of boards, and they're painting onto a screen and then pressing it onto each one of the t-shirts and the pieces of clothing. He fell in love with the art form. But the world has moved way beyond, where they're doing digital printing and they're printing jerseys one per minute. We don't want to fall in love with how it used to be. We need to always have a keen eye. We need to always be curious, keep observant, keep experimenting, and keep adapting to where things are going and not where things used to be. Think about where we are and how you can use what we have and the technology that we have today in order to serve your customers in the best. And if you do that, you will always be in a mindset of innovation that will keep your business going. Innovation is not a luxury. innovation is survival. So let's talk about some ways we can innovate our business right now. Like grab your paper and a pencil, see if which one of these you can implement in your business this week. Let's talk about number one, the customer experience. How on earth, I want you to lay on your bed today, tonight, whatever you're looking at this, and wonder to yourself, how on earth can I make my customers love my product and my service even more? What is going to delight them? What is going to make them smile? What is going to make them come back? I want you to think about it and start to write down those ways and then ponder upon how you can make that happen. Number two, think about technology. How on earth can you now adapt the technology of today to impact your business? And your business can be any business. It could be a preschool business. It could be barbering. It could be baking. It can be coaching, music. It doesn't matter what area you are in. Think about how you can use today's technology or what is available to you in order to take your business to the next level. Think about AI. How can AI make you go 10 times faster or serve 10 times better than you're serving right now? Think about automation and email. How can you nurture your customers and your leads? How can you teach them more about the service that you offer, that they now understand that it is so much more valuable than just the purchase that they made from you? How can you build an online community to keep them and not just serve them once? How can you make them come back? Think about ways of how you can engross technology into your business. That's innovation right away. Number three, wonder now, think about your business model. How do people buy from you? How does this whole system happen? Think about it. Do you need to maybe look at, like for example, you have a car wash, somebody come in, they drive in, you clean their vehicle, they do the detailing, you wave them bye-bye. Think about it. How can you speak to that person again? How can you serve them again? How can you make them come back again every single month? How can you save them money? Those things are going to ensure that your business model works in the time in which it exists. Think, rethink, reimagine your business model. Now, fourth, how can you now innovate in terms of marketing? Look at your marketing strategy now. Is it you recording your staff saying what you see, what you sell, and you just post it online? What is your marketing strategy right now? Maybe you have to switch it up and start telling your brand story a little bit more, or telling the stories of people who have used your products and services and their lives have been transformed. Start to tell stories differently. That might be your marketing innovation, or maybe it might be you posting on a different platform. So you might have been on TikTok for a lot, or you might have been on YouTube only. Start to innovate and see what is happening across there on LinkedIn. See what is happening on Facebook. See what kinds of content you can now post on X. Think about innovating or pivoting sometimes your strategy to find out where your customers are now and not where they used to be 5 years ago. I remember when I started the Music Academy, we did all of our marketing on Facebook. Everybody was on Facebook. But over the past couple of years, people started to shift to Instagram. And then from Instagram, they jumped over to TikTok. So a huge part of the people that I serve are now on TikTok. And then I found now a huge market of people here on YouTube who love to ingest long form content. So my strategy had to also switch up. You need to ask yourself, not what I'm doing, but what are you doing to innovate when it comes to marketing? And finally, look at what your competitors are doing. Observe what they are doing to keep their clients there. Look at how you can do it better. It's not just to copy them, but how can you do? Miss Susan is doing bread this particular way, and she's driving around and dropping off her bread to the people in the neighborhood. How can you do that faster, better, and cheaper, and keep your customers smiling? It is important to now pay attention to what your competition in the market is doing. That helps you to keep on the cutting edge of innovation. I know Apple does that with Android. They're always back and forth paying attention to what their competitors are doing to ensure they are always on the cutting edge. And that's how I want you to think. We need to have a mindset, not just for hustle, not just for systems, but for innovation. When people see us, they must just see somebody who is always on to the next, always taking their company and their people and their customers higher. Now, if you love this video and you enjoyed the different tips about mindset today of an innovator, I want you to like, comment, share, and of course, take some notes and actually apply it. That will be my biggest ask of you. Now, you can find me on various platforms. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, X. You can also find me on podcasts, both on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I'm there pouring value and giving all, not just what I know, but what I actually do. I am the principal and founder of the Curtis Jordan Coaching Academy. Not just your coach here on YouTube, but I run a real business with branches for the past 15 years. I'm giving you the very best. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to giving you so much more. Stick it right here on this channel.